Excuse me?
I said you are pathetic. At first, we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept that. You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you,
Yeah, you're serious.
prophet, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
A weak.
Who are you?
And a murderer.
And that is why you will burn. All of you. The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
So, you are the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done to you? That sounds like a bitch thing to do, man. Fuck that. Hansel, pff, you don't scare me.
Is that so? Such presumption from a fish who thinks his pond are the world. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter.
Thank you very much, grandson,
We
man.
wanted to meet you,
Thank you.
and so we did. Even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up. Keep on stumbling through the mist.
You stupid person. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm actually awake this time. Thank you, Asmo. What? He's very sleepy. Hey.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
Smiling. Shock of shocks, I am. I don't know what that means.
Of course. Sorry. That remark was a little redundant. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So does that make us keepers now?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
Sure. The death of the Lightborn is the best thing that could have happened to mankind. I figured. What do you make of all this cycle, this cleansing? So, if I say this, I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to tap that body. So that's a thing. So I'm going to have to be like, hey man, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
I wish I could say that with the same conviction as him. To be honest, I don't really think I've understood all of what's happened to me yet. Fuck that. I'm confident. What's the next step?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grand Master as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
We both? What about Dunwar?
Right. Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good. It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
Huh. Maybe a little self-control would have done him some good. He was a simple-minded fool. It would have surprised me if he had passed. Or he will die. He doesn't deserve that. Well, she seems to like him. However, I need to make it abundantly clear. If we're gonna be a fuck thing, she's gotta step back. Even if he's not even gonna live, still, he's been a kind of a dick. So, I mean, a little self-control would have done him some good.
He was impulsive, yes. But to some extent, I can understand why he was the way he was. You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows? Maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
Character? What's this about? You don't seem to be too shaken up over all this. The death of the Lightborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
You talk about the Lightborn and their ideas as if they wouldn't have cost thousands of lives. They weren't as benevolent as you make them out to be.
That's true. A lot of crimes were committed during the Lightborn's reign, and I don't want to minimize that. But I also think a lot of those crimes were unavoidable, so to speak. Imagine you're the king of a small island, and one day your realm gets attacked by a fleet of Scarab Reavers. The invasion catches you completely off guard, and within a few hours, the Reavers have advanced to the farmland, just a few feet from your city's main gates. And before you know it, you have to make a decision. Will you use the time that remains to entrench your army within the city's walls to have a better chance of surviving a siege? Or do you send them into the field to fight the Reavers there, knowing that there is only a slight chance to save the farmers, but a big risk that you will lose both the city and the farmers?
You know, I'd draw back into the city. Better to have a big chance to save the entire realm than a small one to save those little bitch farmers.
That's one way to see it, yes. But what if your foray would have succeeded? What if you could have prevented the massacre in the farm? Foray might work, but should decisions like that really be made as if they were a game of dice? As I said, I don't mean to absolve the Lightborn of their crimes, but I'd wager my left hand that they had a lot of similar decisions to make.
You know, I know this is just a video game and dialogue and stuff, but that actually...
What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what you do. There will be people who will despise you for your decision. If your attempt to rescue the farmers fails, you will be accused of having acted blindly and idealistically. And if you just stay in the city, they will say you didn't even try. Of course, there's a small chance the
He makes a very valid point. That was legit. That's something you could take with life for you, man. Holy shit, that was real. I like her. Kalia Sakaresh, I want to fuck you. Interesting thought. Speaking of Dunwar, what was that thing at the ritual all about? He called you a witch.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later, you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
Hell yeah, dog! I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't interested. Shoot.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew.
Let me bond with you.
What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children, and the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
Why did those men attack you?
Well, it turned out the riders were hunters who had come from that village. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the riders think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
They really thought a 6-year-old child destroyed an entire village. That's ridiculous.
For you, maybe. For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
Listen, you might have blew up a village and shit. That sounds like a horrible thing. But you didn't mean to do it, maybe, or something. And I'm just trying to say that just because that happened don't mean that we can't be a tag team. Man, calling it out that Callie has some sort of title of Lightborn people that doesn't know it. Possible. Also, Terra Lentils, by the way. Thank you. I see. And these men wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
Me too. I've had a lot of wine, so here's the rest of my bits. Have a fantastic night. Thank you, man. Hope you really enjoy the rest of your wine. They brought you into the Undercity, right?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my second year.
Ugh. Thank you very much, Razzie Senpai. Hopefully you have a good recovery. Master Tyrus, keeper adopted.
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. Yeah. But he saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
So he just saw you and decided to adopt you. That sounds too good to be true, to be honest. Why is the Order so preoccupied about pathless trying to get into the ranks? It's not like we both don't have our reasons.
That's right, we do. But we are both still pathless, and that disqualifies us according to the holy verses. I guess now you understand why I was never as connected to Malphas's teaching as Dunwar was. To some of the Keepers, I am still an outcast, and no matter what I do, I always will be.
I like this lady. That whole adopting thing, man, that was too good to be true.
It does, yes. But then, he had lost both his wife and daughter 5 years before he found me, so maybe I was some kind of substitute. I don't know. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I owe him everything. He was a good man, and that's all that matters.
So is his mod any good? Any good then? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. I'm actually really liking this. I'm gonna say it right now. This is gonna blow your fucking minds, alright? Are you ready to get your minds fucking blown? Because it's gonna come. It's coming right now. So prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Alright, you ready for this shit? You ready? I like this more than Skyrim. This is just a better game than Skyrim. It's better than Skyrim. That's it. Better than Skyrim. Bam. There you go. There you fucking go. Ugh, I said it. I said it. We were all thinking it. We were all thinking it. We were all thinking it. So Master Tyrus granted you the novitiate.
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
I loved it, baby. Listen, you're definitely not the fisherman's daughter from the village. I'll give you that.
No, I guess I'm not.
It's alright, baby cakes. Don't you worry. What happened to Master Tyrus? Where is he now?
Gone. He was very old, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. But I'd prefer not to talk about it, if you don't mind.
That's fine, I'm sorry. So, that means Dunwar believes that this story about you being responsible for the destruction of that village is actually true.
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
Well, you're talented, intelligent, and pretty. Any reasons for the other novices to envy you?
Yes, maybe. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important, on my goals.
Which would be?
Several, but I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
Oh, honey, there's gonna be plenty of time. Let's talk later. I should go see the Grandmaster now.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
That sounds lovely. Be nice.
Good. Then get your gear from the chest by your bed and we'll go.
Alright. Well, I definitely got a new waifu here.
You should reclaim your gear before we leave.
You're right. You're definitely right. I want to try something. I don't know how or what or where, but we're gonna try. Get me a ref of your current character design and I will draw her and you together. It will be lovely. Alright, dog, check it. Bam. That's him. Don't do the ponytail. That's not really there.
You should reclaim your
But
gear
bam,
before we
like
leave.
that. I got that scar there from that bitch. Alright, let's see if this works. I revive thee. Damn it, didn't work. He's down too far. I can't get him
You
back.
should reclaim your gear before we
You're
leave.
out of shit. That's a lot of shit.
Let's go.
Jesus. Alright, well, hang on a second, ma'am. I gotta put this shit back on. I had a lot of shit to put on here. So you can hold on. Give me just a moment. I had that one. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. No. Not that one. What was... I'm trying to remember. I think I had that one on. Probably. That's by 12. Okay. Keep that in mind. And then I had... that one. I'm pretty sure... this... and... actually, I think that's it. Small backpack, too. Right? Yeah. This one. Okay, there we go. That should be it. So, let me make sure. Yep, we are good to go again. Excellent. Man, good luck on recovery. I am gonna get out of here. Yeah. Alright, show me around. What you got? What's good looking? Good looking? Mm-hmm. Where's Puka? Don't worry, we'll find him. Puka's a survivor. We've come to learn this. Never worry about Puka. That kid is a fucking Goliath. Alright. What do we got? Also, we're on Camp 3, by the way.
Alright, this is the Sanctum. It's a place of silence and prayer, and also where we'll be exalted later.
Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
Bullshit.
You guys are freaking me out. You should get out of here.
I will honor in life as in death.
You wanna go somewhere else? We can party, if you're into that. Your outfit makes you look like Brian Westhouse. It did! It did, didn't it? Pretty Brian Westhousey. Also Victoria. Thank you very much. Wow! Come on.
Magister Thomas has been looking for me.
Oh man, they're still
Okay,
talking.
I think you've seen this place before.
Yes.
We call this part of the temple the Chronicum, and in here is gathered the knowledge of the Order, written down in books and parchments.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, all of the experiments and research on artifacts and magic is done here. So it's a place you'll probably see often in the near future. Ah, and just below the Chronicum is the temple smithy. You should go there if you need equipment.
Really?
Over there. That's the Scuola and the quarters, where both the keepers and the novices live. There's also a training room where everything from swordplay to marksmanship can be trained and taught. You will find some skilled teachers there. Well, I think that's about it. You've already been to the Emporium, and I assume to the Eye of the Gods as well. I suggest you speak to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready to take the oath.
Fair enough. What'll you do?
Prepare myself, probably. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon.
Goodbye, darling. You have a great
You're
ass.
always so formal.
I've been driving since you started playing. Just got into my hotel and ate dinner. I'd take 15 hours of Skyrim over 15 hours of driving any day. Man, that sounds like a fucking shitty ass day. Holy fuck. I would too. I would too. God fucking damn. Well, hopefully you have a good sleep at the hotel, man. Hopefully you have a good sleep. Oof. Alright. I want to check out below here. You said that there was a smithy. Wait a second. You're lying to me. Also, these people aren't even going to be here. They're going to be sleeping. Hello.
Is it now?
Fuck, this isn't even...
Burst into tears.
Alright, this is awkward. I need to find a way to sleep, and I can't rest. For those who are going to be like, why don't you just rest? Just wait. Just press the T button. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that. You have to find a bed in this.
One day.
You also can't really fast travel. It's a great thing.
Oh, you're here.
Hello.
I thought you were in the city.
Oh,
No,
a lot of
the
clipping textures
Archmaster
around here, but I'm gonna
ordered
let
me
them slide because I like this
Feels
game.
good to be here, to be honest.
I only point out clipping textures and I keep pointing them out if I don't like the game. Hey!
Huh?
What the fuck? What are you doing here, man? I thought you were leaving. What?
I think the Red Madness cares much about that.
Probably not, no. I wonder
Damn.
happens.
Well, that's surprising.
Red eyes and the obvious
Uh,
only happen in the last stages of the disease.
I'll keep an eye out.
Before that.
Jaspar. Love you.
Someone tell someone else.
Why, scared
What are you doing, lady?
It is not
Oh. Before you and Callie do the shig-shag scallywag, you should get her something nice for that pillow talk after you do the diddly wing ding dinger dong, you feel me? You know, you're right. I bet she'd like a teddy bear. Maybe a
her death broke him. Yes.
stuffed giraffe.
Hatred in
Something like that.
grief.
I don't know. I don't know. Take control of... Aw, man. I can't take control of him. He's too powerful. He's a strong man. He's a powerful man. Powerful. So I need to find... Oh, hello, sir. You are... You're pushing me? You're pushing me. Okay. Thanks for that. Well, I don't know where I am anymore. Definitely a bit lost. But, you know, that's okay. I know it wants me to go in there for some reason. But I know it also wanted me to go over here. So I'm going to go where I believe I am supposed to go. Right here. Stuffed unicorn? I get it. That's a reference. Good for you for making that reference. Yeah, that would
Walk
be a
blessed.
great thing. Walk blessed yourself.
I don't believe I know. The mercenary, he might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of your men.
Right.
I want him, and you will need to convince your true Chesser of it.
Is that so? Very well. I will convince her. You will hear from me.
I hope so.
Right.
Prophet, good to see you.
Oh,
How
sorry.
do you feel?
Well, you never told me that the ritual could have killed me. Leave something out like that again, and it will be the last time I work for you.
Oh, what? So little confidence in yourself. I knew you would pass. If I had doubted your abilities, even to the slightest, I would have never spoken out for you. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Well, what do I have to swear on? The dead gods? My loyalty towards the order?
None of it. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
The ceremony needs a little preparation. 1 day at least. Come back then. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches. I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams.
A dream? What'd you see?
People I knew, including you.